Faces, hello again. Hi. I hope you're having a good day. I'm having a good day. I just went on a little walk. Hope you guys are having a good day at home or doing whatever you're doing. Today I want to start our class with a little stretch. So let's make sure we have some room around us, a little bit of room to stretch. We can rotate our wrists around this way a little bit, get our wrists a bit warmed up, and then we'll go the other way. All right. Nice, that's good. We can also stretch our bodies to the left. And stretch your body to the right. Nice. Give a big stretch and then shake it all out. Nice. Oh, I see some good shakes there. Some very good shakes. Good job, everybody. Now, we can give one little head massage here, get our brain grapes working. Massage your brain grapes just a little bit. Nice. All right, cool. I know I messed up my hair, but that's all right. All right. Today, we're going to be talking about the weather. All right? The weather can take many different forms. Sometimes it feels too hot. Sometimes it feels too cold. And sometimes it feels just right. That's my favorite. But once in a while, the weather can be really extreme and cause thunderstorms, lightning, floods. So that's what we're going to be talking today. We're going to be talking about the most extreme types of storms. We'll be talking about hurricanes and tornadoes. Now, has everybody seen a hurricane before or experienced a tornado? Let me know in the chat if you have. If you haven't, we're going to talk about it today. All right, so let's get to our practice sheet. Just like we warmed up, I'm seeing a lot of no's. Yes, Manette has seen one. Parnika has seen a tornado. Wow, that's wild. And Trez has also, and loves tornadoes. That's great. Tornadoes are wild. All right. Oh, and someone experienced a hurricane here. Let's see, Chris. Wow, that must have been scary. That must have been so scary to see all that and feel all that. Well, let's get into drawing. We're going to start by practicing. And just like we warmed up with our body, we're going to warm up with our drawing skills. Okay? So, I'm going to start by drawing a sort of number 6 shape. Okay? And I'll show you why in a bit. This is going to be like, we're going to be using these shapes to draw our hurricane. So if you can draw a number 6, and that's going to be, I'll show you what we'll do with it here in a minute. Start with the first number 6, right? Once you've done that, we want to do another number 6, but upside down. So you can do this either drawing a line here, or you can turn your page upside down. That way you can see what number 6 you're doing. Okay? So that looks good. I'm going to do a line up here. Just like that. And then I'm going to turn it to the side. I'm going to do another number 6 here. Drawing a curve just like this. If anybody here is 6 years old, this number should be very familiar for you. Very familiar. Mega said that when you were born and lived in Arizona, there was a lot of tornadoes in your place where you lived. Wow, that must have been really scary. That must have been really scary. I hope you knew what to do, and I'm glad that you're safe. Sometimes they can be scary, but sometimes they can be pretty beautiful, especially if they're not dangerous. So here I'm drawing another 6. I turned my page around. I drew another 6. All right, just like that. And now we have all these 6s. So I'm going to turn it back to normal. And it looks like we'll be talking about a vortex today. Has anybody ever seen a vortex? A vortex is kind of like if you run water down the sink and it's a lot of water, sometimes it spins. And that's what a vortex is. All right, for the end of our practice here, we're going to do the shape of a funnel over here. Shape of a funnel. So what does that look like? We're going to start with a straight top, a line from left to right, straight line, and then A normal funnel will go down kind of like a triangle. But a tornado looks a bit different than that. I'll show you here. Oh, wait, sorry. A tornado looks more like this. So we'll be drawing something like this today. All right? So that tornado, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to do a curve here and then end kind of over here. So it's going to be a long curve here. This is where the tornado meets the clouds and then meets the ground. All right. So draw with me. We're going to be taking it down here. There we go. And then we'll do the same here. We're going to do a curve and then end here. So it's kind of going to be thicker at the top and get thinner and thinner as we go down. But we're going to be curving in. So don't curve out, curve in. Here we are. Here we're going. This is pretty good. And then connect it here at the bottom. There we go. That's our funnel shape right there. Cool. I'm seeing lots of great stories from Ragar. My granddad was in a tornado when deployed in Africa. It blew his tent away, and while he was in it, he found a bunch of stuff a mile away. That's amazing. And to Zoe, yes, this is a warm-up. This is our warm-up. This is not your final drawing. If you have a piece of paper that you can use and just, do a warm-up, that's perfect. And I want you to use whatever you have in front of you. I've got this pencil, but you can use crayons too if you want. Eventually, we might be using a black colored pencil or a gray colored pencil. Like the picture I just showed a moment ago, and you'll see it again. Here, I'll actually show you. So we'll be doing some detail in color like that, right? That way it shows up what kind of, all the spinning of the tornado. Here, I'm trying to find my colors. If you guys have your colors in front of you, I'm proud of you, and you're way ahead of me. Here's my black. I don't know if you saw one of my other classes. I have to label all my colors now. I didn't know what I was doing. That's okay. Cool. All right, so now we've done our warm-up. Let's talk a little bit about a tornado. So what is a tornado? Let's go to our captain and see what he has to say. Oh, Captain, we can't actually hear you. But hopefully he can show it. Oh no, he seems really scared. He's pretty scared of tornadoes. I don't know. He wanted to report the tornadoes. I don't know. He wanted to go out there. So I said, all right, but be careful. Be careful out there because it's scary. So here we're watching some videos of tornadoes. Now, tornadoes are also known as twisters and are quickly spinning columns of air. Big columns of air that go all the way from the top of a storm cloud down to the earth. They can appear as traditional funnel shapes, or in a really tall, thin, kind of rope-like form. So today, if you want, I'm going to show you how to do the funnel shape, but if you want to do a nice and thin one too, you can totally do that. Absolutely. So, all right, let's jump right into our drawings. So here we go. I'm going to get away from my practice paper. I'm going to go to my real one right here. So have a nice blank space where you can draw. Perfect. And let's start by drawing our tornado shape. We're going to go from the top here. I'm going to go on the top left. And I'm going to draw a straight line at the top here. And you can also make yours a bit curved if you want. That's okay. I'm going to do mine a little straight. I'm going to do a long line from left to right at the top of the page. All right. There we go. Long line from the top of the page. Here we go. Let's see. I'm going to do our curve like we practiced. Okay? I'm going to do a curve, and I'm going to draw myself a little spot here, and this is where I want it to end. Okay? And I'm doing that just so I can show myself where it ends. And to give you an impression, this is what we're going to be drawing today, our tornado. So you can follow along with me. You can follow along with this tornado. Now, the curve that I'm about to draw is not going to be as smooth as the one I did here. We're going to do a bit of a jagged curve, kind of like we see in the drawing there. All right? We're going to start from the right. So I'm going to bring the curve down, so curve it like normal, and then give it a little wiggle, and then wiggle it back, and then keep going with your curve. Now remember, we're aiming for this spot down here. So keep going with the curve. Excellent. Oh, welcome to some people who are just coming in. We're drawing a tornado today. We started with the top line, we're going down, we're drawing this curve with a couple of wiggles. So let's go. Doing some nice wiggles here. And then keep adding a couple of wiggles until you eventually make it to the bottom here. Wiggle it. Cool. That way it doesn't look too, too perfect, too much like just the curve that we drew before. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to show you guys, this is my practice drawing, but we want it to be a bit more wiggly. And we'll try to match up the wiggles with the other side of the wiggles. So this curve is going to go in, right? We'll start really wide at the top and then get really thin at the bottom. So let's draw down here. We'll add a little wiggle, and I want the wiggles to go into the tornado, not out. They want to stick in a little bit. And then we'll come back to our curve, and then do a couple wiggles. Couple wiggles. Here we go. And then finish off at the bottom there, connecting with the dot that we drew earlier. All right? That's looking pretty similar. We got some wiggles. Now, if you're done with that and you're ready to move on, I want you to draw some shapes like we have in this drawing here. Maybe the tornado has picked up a car. Maybe it's picked up a chair. If you know how to draw those things, go ahead and draw them. But for everybody else, we can grab our gray or our black coloring pencil. If you want, you can use just a regular pencil, and we can do some streaks across. Okay? And they don't have to be perfect. In fact, I want you to leave some gaps. So think about doing like zigzag lines, okay? Back and forth across your tornado. Zigzag lines. Give them a little curve too, because tornado is it's a circle from above, So we want to give it little curves in our zigzags. It's okay if you drew some straight like I did, the straight ones are alright. We'll do some curves, some little zigzags here. There we go. And that's looking good. Looking really good there. All right. And then we can go over our lines here. And this just shows that it's spinning. We want to show the movement. So don't worry about being too perfect. In fact, you can get a little crazy with it because tornadoes are a little crazy already. Did you know any facts about tornadoes? If you do, I'd love to know in the chat. I can tell you some things here. I want you to know, if a tornado ever comes to your home or where you are, follow these tips to stay safe. Go to the basement or take shelter in a small interior ground floor room, like a bathroom or a closet or a hallway. If you don't have a basement, protect yourself by taking shelter under a heavy table or a desk. In all cases, stay away from the windows and the outside walls and doors. All right. Now I hope you've learned that, and I'll be saying that later just in case you missed what I said. But just to let you know, some 3 things. Go to the basement if you can. If you don't have a basement, go under a heavy table or a desk. And in all cases, stay away from the windows. That's 3 things. All right. Now, I hope everybody's had some time to finish up their tornadoes. I would love to see them. If you want to show me, please point them up at the camera. I'd love to see them. Someone said, yeah, how about a garage? Someone says they spin 300 miles per hour. That's a great fact. Oh, wow, look at all your drawings. Rayan, excellent drawing. Eddie, that's really great. I love that. Fantastic work, everybody. Oh, my goodness. Rageshri, that's great. I love your zigzag lines. And Caitlin, great job. Oh, my gosh. Megha, fantastic. That's looking so good. Excellent. Everybody's doing so well. Oh, my gosh. Your tornadoes look fantastic. Sharav, that's awesome. Good job. Adha, excellent. Cool. All right, guys. Well, now that we've drawn our tornado, if you're getting bored, you can draw little things here and there, like a car or a garage or, a tree, things that would be in a tornado, kind of like we see in this picture here. There's like a bunch of stuff. It picks up so much when it's flying around. But our next point that we're going to be talking about today is a hurricane. Now, a hurricane is... Oh, I'm getting another message from our friend the captain. It looks like he's reporting a hurricane this time. We can't hear him, but oh my gosh, he looks terrified. Oh my god. Wow. Oh no, guys. I hope he's okay. I'm sure he's going to be fine. He's a reporter now, and he's scared of storms, but he wants to report on storms. I don't get it, but he's a good captain. He knows what he's doing. Oh wow, someone here, Tyler, wrote a bunch of words, lots of words, the letters that I don't know. Sia has a fact about tornadoes, is that they're mostly found in the south. And hurricanes can sometimes bring water onto land. Megha, that's a great fact. You're right. You're absolutely right. A hurricane, for those of you who don't know, is a huge storm. Huge. They're also sometimes known as typhoons. Generally, they form over warm ocean water. And that usually happens near the equator, which is the middle of the earth. And that's pretty wild. It's mostly found in hot places, but they can sometimes cause floods because of their immense power pushing the ocean water onto the land. They're wild. They're so wild. So now, we're going to go ahead and draw one. So I'm going to show you, to draw one, it's going to be something like this. A bit like the shapes that we did to begin with, those sixes, you see how they turn into spirals, right? Or a vortex, like I mentioned before. And a vortex, if you've ever seen one, you probably have. If you're looking down the sink, you got your water spinning down the sink, that's a vortex. It goes around and around and around, and you see in the middle, the eye of the vortex. That's this circle right here. Wait, maybe, there we go. This will be known as the eye of the storm. Usually, that place doesn't have any storm, which is misleading. Sometimes you get fooled. You're like, is the storm over? But really, you're just right in the middle. And then on the edge of that is the most intense part. Well, enough of me talking. Let's get back to the drawing. Okay. So now we're going to draw this vortex here. All right? And I'll make it a little smaller. That way you can still see the tornado if you want. So now this, I would encourage you to use a pencil and then an eraser. But if you don't have an eraser, that's okay. We'll be drawing the 6 shapes and just do them kind of lightly. And then you can draw them just like this. So this is a number 6. We're going to start with that. Number 6. Cool. Great. And then we'll do another 6, but upside down. So now, earlier I showed we can turn the paper around if you want. But I can't turn my paper around, and you might not be able to either. So just think, this curve goes from left to right. We'll go from right to left, because it's upside down. So we're going to draw this curve here, coming out. And remember, we We want to keep this part clean. This is the eye of the storm. We're drawing the storm all around it. Okay? And now, this might not be what a hurricane looks when you're on the ground, but this is what it should look like when it's from above here. I'll show you another picture. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to show you here this hurricane photo. I'm going to bring it over here. This one. See how that's a vortex right there. And that looks pretty crazy, but you can see in the middle, it's got a little dot in the middle, and that's the eye of the storm. All right, I'm going to put that away. We're still drawing this one here. So now, we're going to continue our number 6s, and I'll draw the 6 going to the right now. Excellent. Cool. And then we'll do another 6 going to the left. So I'm going to follow these curves. They kind of look like little hooks here. So here's going to be our next hook. Cool. Now, that's the basic hurricane here. And then we want to take the line from the first 6 that we drew, okay? The first 6. Yeah, someone mentions that they can also happen on water. That was Megha. You know a lot about hurricanes. I'm really, really excited. I'm going to have to ask you more questions. So from this 6, we're going to take this all the way down. And we're going to stop right about here, okay? Not touching any of the other lines, just like this. And we're still drawing this shape here, right? This is the hurricane from the top. And then we can do the same here for this one. So we're going to follow the line. We're going to give it a little bit of shape. Right? There we go. And now we're going to do the same here. I'm going to draw, this one here. And this one's going to go in front to this dot there. All right. And then this one's going to go behind. So we're filling out these shapes. And this one's going to connect here. So that shows like that. Actually, I'm going to... Yeah, no, that looks good. Now I'm going to connect this line down here. And I'm going to connect this line over here. And then I'm going to draw again here and cut this line here. So it looks like there's these sort of ribbons coming out, right? And we can do even more. You can do thin ones. So I'll show you a thin one here. So I've got some space here, right? I want to fill this space out. So I'm going to continue my 6s. So imagine, if you want, you can spin the paper. We're still doing our curves to the left, little hooks, just like that. All right. Cool. Someone asked how long this class is. This class is 30 minutes. So we're coming to the end here. And then for this little thin one, I'm going to follow it really thin across and then get a little bit wider as we get to the bottom. And then I'm going to do, you can do as many as you want, you know. This is your hurricane. You can do as many as you want. It can be as big or as little as you want. So then there's another 6 line, and I'll bring the curve down. Cool. And then, should we do one more here? Yeah, let's do one more here. Come out a little bit, and then we'll bring in a sort of triangle shape there, little hook shape. All right. And that's our hurricane from the top. Right? And so then we can color that in. I'm going to use this black. You can use a gray or even a blue. I want you to follow the lines of the 6. Okay? Follow the lines of the 6. Just like that. But don't color in the middle here. We want to keep this this circle empty. So we're just going to color in all these lines. Now, for some cool facts, or I just want to let you know, try to be safe. If you ever experience a hurricane, if a hurricane ever comes to your house or where you are, here are some tips to stay safe. You should stay away from low areas. So this is very different than the tornado, okay? The tornado said, go to the basement. I'll write that down here for you. Basement. But the hurricane says, stay away from the basement. But stay indoors. So we'll say indoors, and we'll stay upstairs. All right. Upstairs and indoors. And if you guys are still coloring, that's great. Keep coloring. I'll keep chatting about these hurricane facts and how to stay safe. And for both of these, make sure you stay with your mom, your dad, or your guardian, the person who's taking care of you. Stay with an adult you trust. Okay? Stay with an adult that you trust. And that's very important. You want to make sure you get taken care of and you have safety, and they can keep you safe. And if you're home, if you don't have upstairs, go to higher ground. Try to go somewhere like up, because a hurricane can cause a big flood. To show that, I'm going to use a blue color, and that's going to be the water underneath. You can just color in around. Color in around with the blue. That'll show that it's above water. You can also do green too to show that it's above land. So this is like a view from the top, right? This is like from the top. You can stand on a counter or vanity, says Ani. That's great. Sai says the best place to go is a mountain. That's a great idea. Yeah. Shaggy asks, how about the attic? An attic is perfect. Yes, that'd be great. And then we've got, finally, if the emergency managers say to leave, you have to leave. So, leave if you have to. Because sometimes, as we saw in some of those videos, it's too much, A hurricane is too much. Oh, I just realized I can't see my writing. So here we go. There we go. Sorry about that. All right. Now, we're about out of time here, but I'd love to see some of your drawings before we go. Can I see some of your hurricanes and some of your tornadoes? If you're ready, whenever you're ready. Wow, Darshini, that is fantastic. I love your hurricane and your tornado. Those are both fantastic. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. So many great tornadoes. Wow. Minseo, yours says I love you. That's so sweet. That's a really sweet tornado. And Roxy, that's great. Good job on both of those. Mukund, excellent. I hope I'm saying your name right. Oh, and Parnika, that's a very nice tornado, or very nice hurricane too. Really, really great job, everybody. Oh, fantastic. And Gabby, and Sai, excellent. James, great job to everyone. And Tanya, you all are fantastic artists. Thank you so much for creating art with me. This has been so much fun. And I hope you've learned something today. I'm going to go. I want you to give yourselves a pat on the back. You should be very proud of yourselves. Good job, everybody. I'll see you next time. Bye.